Check, check. Good afternoon and welcome to the American State Bank Sports Complex. I'm Quentin Olson and thank you for joining the Dordt Media Network. We have a high-intensity softball game here. We've got William Penn visiting Dordt. Dordt and William Penn here. William Penn just playing a game against Northwestern, losing, and that makes them 0-3 on the year. Dordt, however, 4-1, I believe, on the year. Last year, William Penn's team coming in 26-23. We got starting lineups coming up here. Starting for Dordt, pitching will be Abby Kramer. Abby Kramer will be pitching. Playing catcher then will be Carly Olson. First base, Cassie Van Otterloo. Second base is Chandler Schemper. Third base, Bryn Tarenga. Shortstop will then be Emma Grun. And your outfield going left to right, Taylor Canuck, Ivy Terpstrup, and Brooklyn Cox rounding out the lineup. For William Penn, coached by Mike Christner in his 22nd year. Pitching will be Emily Bryant. Behind the plate is number 4, Gabby Adame. Playing first base, Val Karinga. Second base will be Martinez, I believe, number 7. And William Penn will be up to bat first. Abby Wilson will start off hitting for William Penn and the Statesman. Abby, a junior from Calgary, Alberta, wearing number 1, also first to hit. You're getting ready here with Kramer throwing her warm-up pitches. Defenders gathering around the pitcher's circle here for pregame meeting here. And they disperse. Kramer in the circle. About ready to get the first pitch underway. Abby Wilson back in the batter's box. And here's the first pitch. Laid bunt, but this one goes foul. That'll make the count 0-1 to start. Here's the 0-1. Starts another bunt there, but pulls it back just in time. 1-1 goes the count. Kramer in the circle now, sporting a .54 ERA as Wagner lays another bunt, and it's Carly Olson making the play. What a catch. The bunt was bobbled there and right into the glove of Carly Olson waiting for it. 1 out for the defenders defensively. Up to bat, Kiana Young for the Statesman from Las Vegas as she knocks this one to third base. And that one's going to be put out number 2 against the Statesman there. Bryn Tarenga making the play. Here we got number 24, Val Karinga, coming up to bat. Karinga, a senior from Brownsville, Texas, standing in the right-handed batter's box, taking the first pitch low from Kramer, making a 1-0 count there. Here's the second pitch, high. Olson having to stand up there. (2-0). This one right down Main Street. Strike one for Kramer. The 2-1 pitch into the turf here at the American State Bank Sports Complex. No sand or dirt here. Even the strip on the circle is turf. And this one is rocked right through the infield to the center fielder in Ivy Terpstra, collecting it. Base hit there for Karinga. That'll bring number 10, Chelsea Huff, to the plate. Sophomore from Dowds, Iowa. Also standing in the right-handed batter's box as she takes her first pitch from Kramer here. This one, heater right down Main Street as well. Strike one. This one popped up off the dome, and the catch is made for out number 3 for the defenders. One batter left on base for the Statesmen. No errors as we come back with more action from the American State Bank Sports Complex. You are watching the Dordt Media Network. Welcome back to the American State Bank Sports Complex. I'm Quinton Olson. Thank you for joining me in the Dordt Media Network broadcast here. William Penn, Statesman, playing the Dordt Defenders here in Sioux Center, Iowa. Chandler Skemper coming to the plate for the Defenders. Skemper, a senior from Sheldon, Iowa. Just 20 minutes down the road here from Sioux Center. First pitch, called ball in the circle for the Statesman is Chelsea Huff, who just had her first at-bat of the night. Here's the 1-0 from Huff. Swung on, but no connection there from Skemper. 1-1 count. Here's the 1-1 from Huff. Swung on again, but not a connection from Skemper. 2 in a row, swung on and missed. Bringing the count to 1-2. Let's see if Huff can get her first put out of the night on her own terms. Here's the pitch. Swung on right to the shortstop, who can make the easy play, and that is out number 1. Up to bat next then will be Carly Olson, the catcher. Here's the pitch from Huff. Olson followed this one off down the left side. Foul ball, 0-1. Carly Olson, no relation to myself. Our names are spelled a little different. Hers ends in E-N, mine O-N, as she takes her second pitch right down the middle, a heater from Huff. And that will be 0-2, the count for Olson. Olson a lefty here. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, tipped foul in the back of the backstop here. These nets in a swung on and right to the shortstop again, who can make the easy play. That's out number 2, and Olson will get put out there. That play made by Gagushis. Charlie Gagushis from Williamsburg, Iowa, playing shortstop. And that will bring Emma Gruen to the plate, shortstop for the defenders. Gruen from Des Moines, Iowa, a senior. Takes this one right down the middle as well. Strike 1. Great pitch from Huff. Swung on and missed. Swinging on air that time. Count goes 1-2. 2 outs for the defenders. No runners on base. Here's the pitch. Swung on and tipped foul. Good swing there. Makes connection, but can't quite get around it to put it in play. That one goes outside. And the count stays 1-2. Huff trying to get her first strikeout of the night. And she does with a heater right down the middle. That'll be out number 3 against the defenders. Up next, William Penn will get their chance in the second inning here. You are watching the Dordt Media Network.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University and sponsored by Sioux Center Health Therapy, partnering with Dordt University to provide quality care to all athletes. Sioux Center Health Therapy. And today's live stream broadcast brought to you by Verhoof Automotive. Verhoof Automotive in Sioux Center is your local Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, and Buick dealer. Verhoof Automotive, worth the drive from anywhere. Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University.
And brought to you by Pizza Ranch, buffet, carry out, or delivery.
Welcome back to Sioux Center. As Kramer gets her first pitch of the second inning underway. Called ball. Up to the plate for the Statesman, number 13, Amber Schatz. A freshman takes this strike. The count goes 1-1. This one from Kramer goes low for a 2-1 count. This one popped up to right field, and that one will drop, base hit for the Statesman in Amber Schatz. That brings Gabby Adame to the plate, the catcher, sophomore from Las Vegas, Nevada, finding her way to Sioux Center, Iowa. Shows bunt, but pulls back just in time. Defender infield was ready for that one, rushing the plate. Here's the 1-0 from Kramer. Shows bunt again. Called strike. Couldn't pull that one away in time. was Adame. Defender infield ready for that one again, rushing. Even the catcher and Carly Olson was ready for that one. Now in that event, all the infield except for the second baseman and Skemper rushes. This one tipped. Called a wild pitch. And Schatz will get to second base for the Statesman. Count goes to 2-1. Shows bunt again. This one called strike. Didn't even make an effort. Was Adame to get that one out of get her bat out of the way. As the count goes 2-2 for Kramer. Trying to get her first strikeout of the night. See if she can do it. Here's the pitch. And just tipped off into the net. Adame staying alive here. 0-0. 2-2 count. No outs in the second inning, as this one is also fouled off by Adame. Here's a 2-2 from Kramer. Again, tipped off, staying alive here is Adame. Trying to help out her teammates here. She's got a teammate in scoring position in Schatz. Trying to get a lead off here. Although there is no lead offs in softball, you have to leave when the ball crosses the plate. And the home plate is when you can leave. Trying to get the fastest time to the next base. So here's Gabby Adame in the right-handed batter's box for the Statesman. The pitch from Kramer on its way. Swung on, and it is missed. Strike 3, and Kramer's first put out of the night single-handedly. That'll bring Charlie Gagushis to the plate, a junior from Williamsburg, Iowa. This first pitch outside from Kramer. 1 out, 1-0 count. Base runner on second for the Statesman. Here's the pitch right down the middle. Strike 1 there called. 1-1 count. Here's Kramer. Swung on. Check swing was called. Strike 2 called against Gagushis there. Here's the pitch. Swung on again. Strike 3 called. And that's out number 2. Strikeout number 2 for Kramer. That brings Nayeli Martinez to the plate. Junior from Carson, California. Sporting number 7. Here's the pitch from Kramer. This one knocked back into the net for an 0-1 count. This one change up from Kramer there. Got Martinez swinging and missed. Almost into the turf there from Kramer. This one a fastball, but outside. Martinez in her 3 games so far, 7 at-bats, 2 hits, and gotten striking out twice. This one popped to left just outside the infield, and the shortstop Grun will make that play. 3 outs for the defenders, 1 runner left on base. And the defenders will get their chance. Top of the 3rd then for their chance. More Defender softball after this quick break. You are watching the Dordt Media Network.
This Dordt Media Network student-produced live stream broadcast is brought to you by Joyner and Swart Dentistry in Orange City. offering dentures, implants, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere.
And sponsored by Sioux Center Health Therapy, partnering with Dordt University to provide quality care to all athletes. Sioux Center Health Therapy.
Welcome back to Sioux Center, Iowa. Chelsea Huff in the pitcher's circle for the William Penn Statesman, with Ivy Terpstra in the batter's box for the defenders. Her first pitch, called ball low. Defenders last inning went 3 up, 3 down, hoping they can get some runs on the board this time. Here's the pitch from Huff. This one also low. Umpire agrees. Called ball 2. And Adame, the catcher, trying to frame that one. A little better, but not quite. Here's the 2-0 from Huff. This one called strike. Terpstra didn't even think about swinging that time. 2-1 the count. We have Terpstra, Koster, and Van Otterloo upcoming batters for the defenders. Here's a pitch from Huff. Swung on by Terpstra and missed. 2-2 goes the count. So Terpstra having a lead in the count, 2-0, drops 2-2. And Huff could have her second strikeout of the night right here. But no. Drilled into right field, but the catch is made. So Terpstra will be caught out there with the fly ball to right field. That play made by Young. That's Kiana Young. Here's Ella Koster, left-handed batter for the defenders. First pitch from Huff goes low and outside for a 1-0 count. 1 out here, 0-0, bottom of the second for the defenders. Koster swung on this one, tipped and foul. So after the pop fly from Terpstra, Ella Koster will step into the box for the defenders, facing a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Called strike. Looked a little outside, and Koster thought so too. But the umpire says no, that was a strike. So 1-2 goes the count. Here's the pitch from Huff. And strike 3 called. Huff's second of the night, a changeup, looped into the circle there, into the box, excuse me. And Koster was stunned. So Cassie Van Otterloo comes into the batter's box for the defenders. 2 outs. Swung on, and strike 1 called. Van Otterloo missed that one. Defenders have struggled to get batters on base. Not a single defender has made first base yet, as strike 2 is delivered by Huff. Swung on again by Van Otterloo and couldn't connect. Cassie Van Otterloo, the first baseman for the defenders from Rock Rapids, Iowa, slices this one into the dugout of the William Penn Statesman. So the count stays 0-2. 2 outs against the defenders on their last life for the inning. Here's the pitch from Huff. Low and swung on by Van Otterloo. Strike 3 called. And that'll be 6 up, 6 down against the defenders. Good defense by William Penn, not allowing a single batter to reach base. William Penn will now bat in the top of the 3rd inning. Up next, you are watching the Dordt Media Network.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University
And today's broadcast sponsored by Ployne Publishing. Quality printing from design to delivery.
Here we are in Sioux Center, Iowa, at the American State Bank Sports Complex, as Bailey Rinn steps into the batter's box for the William Penn Statesman. Here's the pitch, almost a half bunt, half swing by Rinn from the delivery from Kramer. Count goes 0-1 for Bailey Rinn, a freshman from Omaha, Nebraska. Here's Kramer's 33rd pitch of the night on Rinn, and bunted down the left side third base line. Umpire says foul ball before Terenga can get to it. Terenga really storming in from third base to corral that one, but it went foul before she could get to it as Rinn steps back into the batter's box. Here's the 0-2 from Kramer. A little high above the head of Rinn as the count goes 1-2. We're still scoreless here, top of the third between William Penn and Dordt. Here's a pitch from Kramer. Another half bunt, half swing from Rinn. Called foul. Umpire having a conversation with Rinn here. And she's called what looks like out. Looks like she was out of the batter's box while swinging and called for an illegal hit or something of the sorts. Which will bring Abby Wilson back to the plate as she likes to do the same thing as Rinn there. Looking to bunt, defenders ready for it. Here's Kramer. Called bunt into the, over the fence there. Over the net, fouled off. Defender's really ready for the bunt here from Wilson. This one swung on to Terenga, who makes the play to Van Otterloo. Great play by Terenga. She corralled that one right to her. Didn't have to make too many moves to pick up that one, and fires it right to Van Otterloo for the putout. And that's 2 outs for the defenders defensively. Here's Kramer. This one outside. Looked good laterally. Excuse me, vertically, but laterally was outside. It's Kiana Young at the plate for the Statesman, taking the second pitch here from Kramer. Also called ball. 2-0 is the count. 2 outs, scoreless here. 0-0, top of the third here in the American State Bank Sports Complex. Here's the pitch from Kramer. Also called ball, high and outside. Young yet to swing against Kramer here. This one right down the middle though. Strike one called. A fastball that left Young stunned in her shoes. So here's the 3-1. Swung on, chipped up. Easy play for Skemper at second base. Out number 3 for the defenders, and they'll get a chance here to bat and put some runs on the board. We are 0-0 here in Sioux Center, Iowa. You are watching the Dordt Media Network.
This Dordt Media Network student-produced live stream broadcast is brought to you by Joyner and Zwart Dentistry in Orange City, offering dentures, implants, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere.
And brought to you by Pizza Ranch, buffet, carry out, or delivery.
Welcome back to the American State Bank Sports Complex. I'm Quinton Olson. Thanks for joining us at the Dordt Media Network for this Defender softball game against the William Penn Statesmen. Up to bat for the Defenders, Taylor Canuck, sporting number 1, being the first batter of this top of the third inning. Here's the pitch from Huff. This one low, called ball. Huff, so far this year, playing 1 game, pitching 6 innings, sporting an ERA of 2.33. Here's her pitch. Called strike. 1-1 against Canuck. Huff allowing 7 hits and 3 runs in that game. This must be her second. And Canuck facing the 1-1. Here's the pitch. Swung on right to the second baseman. Corrals it and throws it to first. Makes the play. Umpire calls out. So that's 7 consecutive batters retired for the Statesmen. We may have a perfect game here on our stretch. It's a potential. Huff pitching very well so far. Let's see if she can continue this and make it 8 in a row. Retired. Here's Tarenga up to bat. Strike 1 called. Huff put some heat on that one. Count goes 0-1. Here's Huff. Swung on by Tarenga, popped to left, and this one is caught. Easy play by the left fielder in Rinn. Nice catch there by Bailey Rinn, the left fielder for the Statesmen, as that is 8 consecutive batters retired for the Statesmen and Huff. Here's Bailey Cox at the plate. This one outside. Brooklyn Cox, excuse me, from Brush, Colorado, a junior. Here's the 1-0 from Huff. Swung on, pops right to the third baseman, makes the easy play. That's 3 outs already. Make it 9 in a row for Huff and the Statesmen. We are still scoreless here. This one moving along swiftly the Statesmen will get their chance now to put some runs on the board. We have yet to see some. Let's see if they can do it right after this. You were watching the Dordt Media Network.
Today's broadcast is sponsored by Northside Body Shop. When you expect the very best in the repair of your vehicle, call Northside Body Shop Limited today. Serving the Sioux Center area since 1955. 712-722-2313.
Welcome back to Sioux Center, Iowa, with a softball game here between William Penn and Dordt. Val Karinga up to the plate for the Statesmen. Kramer's first pitch is high, make it a 1-0 count. In Karinga's last at-bat, she got a hit and made it to first, but nothing more than that, as strike 1 is called there by the umpire. Kramer pitching 45 pitches tonight. 3 strikeouts along 2 hits. This one goes foul over the net for a 1-2 count. Kringra, a senior, and follows this one off as well into her own dugout. As I was saying, Karinga playing 3 games so far, having 8 at-bats, 3 hits and 4 runs, 2 of them home runs for the Statesmen. Let's see what she can do here. Facing Kramer, the pitch low, looks like it hit her knee almost. She pulled away. Looks like it hit her, but walking off as if it did, shaking it out. Umpire says no. Umpire says no there. Called 2-2. Now the count. As Kringa steps back into the box. Here's the pitch from Kramer. This one low as well, bouncing on the turf before it could reach the plate. Kringa saw that one coming and elected not to swing at the low pitch. Count goes full. I believe it's the first full count of the night. Here's the pitch from, oh, that one's called ball from Kramer. And Kringa will get her free walk to first base. That brings Chelsea Huff to the plate, the pitcher, having an outstanding night defensively. Let's see what she can do offensively now, trying to bring in her teammate of Kringa. Swung on her first pitch, called strike. Swung on and missed from Huff. Here's the 0-1 from Kramer. Swung on and hit right to the shortstop, making the play to first. And that one's called out. Number 1 there. Gruen fielded that one. And thrown to Van Arlu at first base for the play. Kringa making it to second. And William Penn looks like they will be making a sub. Looks like a runner, designated runner, pinch runner, whatever you'd like to call it, for Kringa. And it's number 12, Shiloh Cunningham, the senior from Linville, Iowa, making it over to second base to replace Kringa. Up to the plate now, Amber Schatz. She swings on her first pitch, and Kramer makes her miss. 0-1 count. 1 out, still scoreless here. In the top of the 4th, here's the pitch from Kramer. Fastball right down the middle. Called strike 2. 0-2 count here. Schatz is going to have to start swinging that bat. Kramer trying to put her away. It'll be her 4th of the night if she can get this one. But she can't, as Schatz pops this one up to right center field. And the catch is made by the center fielder in Terpstra. Great play there. So miscommunication there almost by Terpstra and Skemper. Skemper had to get out of the way for Terpstra to call that one off and make the play. That brings number 4 to the plate for the Statesman in Gabby Adame in her last at-bat. Was struck out. Let's see if she can change that here. 2 outs now against the Statesman. Runner on second in Cunningham. Here's the pitch from Kramer. Swung on and sliced again down the first base line. Count goes to 0-1. This one also popped up and foul into the Statesman dugout there. These dugouts are not permanent here at the American State Bank Sports Complex. We have two games going on at once. Here's the pitch from Kramer, 0-2. Called ball. As I was saying, these fences are taken down and tore down, and put up in a short amount of time for these games. And because this is turf, they cannot be nailed down or anything. There's weights added to each section of fence here. Here's the pitch. This one high. 2-2 goes the count. Here's the pitch. This one swung on by Adame and collected by the pitcher for the easy put out from the pitcher in Kramer, finding Van Outerloo for the put out. They're still scoreless here in the top of the 4th, going to the bottom as the defenders will get their chance. We have more action after this quick break. You are watching the Dordt Media Network.
We understand how complex the financial landscape can be to navigate. Our goal is to free up your hands so that you can focus on what is most important in life.
Welcome back to Defender Softball. I'm Quentin Olson. Thank you for joining me and our Dordt Media Network crew. We are still scoreless here at the American State Bank Sports Complex between Dordt and William Penn in the bottom of the fourth inning, as it's Skemper. That's Chandler Skemper up to the plate for the defenders, taking the first pitch from Huff. And that one's a ball. This one swung on right to the third baseman, making the play, and it is the first out. Easy play there by the Statesman. Amber Schatz with the play, corralling the hit there from Skemper, making it 10 batters in a row put down by the Statesman. Facing the top of the lineup for this inning, as it's Carly Olson in the batter's box. Swung on her first pitch, line drive into left center field. Rounding first, and she'll make it standing up to second base. Good play there by Olson. Her first pitch she swung on, and the first hit for the defenders on Huff. There goes the no-hitter. That brings Emma Grun to the plate for the defenders. In her first at-bat, she was struck out. And now with Olson in scoring position, let's see if she can bring her home. Here's the pitch from Huff. Swung on her first pitch as well, driven into right, but that is an easy play as Olson runs back to second to stay safe, thinking about tagging, but let off a little bit during the hit. And that is the second out for the Statesman on the defenders, bringing Ivy Terpstra to the plate. Runner on second, it's Olson. Here's the pitch from Huff. This one hits her foot in Terpstra, and she will get her free walk to first base. Setting up camp is the defenders on the base pads. Runners on first and second now in Terpstra and Olson, bringing Ella Coster to the plate. Here's the pitch from Huff on Coster. This one into the dirt. Wild pitch as runners advance one base. That would be turf here instead of dirt at the American State Bank Sports Complex. A newly built structure here in Sioux Center, Iowa. Open house was January 2nd, I believe, for the building. A big dome here as the second pitch on Coster from Huff is delivered. Runners on second and third now. Terpstra on second. And Olson on third. Here's the pitch, swung on by Coster. Bounced to the shortstop, making the play. That one called out, and that's 3 outs. So that's 3 outs for the defenders. 1-0 is our score. Olson made it home before the play. And the Statesmen will get their chance now after a rough inning there, giving up a run and a few hits. You are watching the Dordt Media Network. Welcome back to Sioux Center, Iowa. I apologize on the score update there. We are still scoreless as a bunt is laid down and knocked foul by Gagushis. So the forced out at first in the last inning prevents the run from Olson being scored. So that one will get taken off the board for the defenders as Charlie Gagushis tries to put a run on the board for her team in the Statesman as Kramer delivers her pitch. 1-1 goes the count. This one fouled off. Gagushis in her 3 games this year. 7 at-bats and a hit. Has reached base once on balls, averaging a not a 1.43, a .143 batting average. That would be insane. And that is strike 3 called. Kramer's 4th strikeout of the night. Here's Nayeli Martinez with her 2nd at-bat of the night. The pitch from Kramer delivered, fastball outside. 1-0 goes the count. On deck is Bailey Wren, but here's Martinez at the plate. Here's the pitch up high again, top shelf from Kramer. 2-0 the count. Make it 3-0 from Kramer. I'm thinking that Martinez is not going to swing on a 3-0 count here, unless she sees the perfect pitch. Here's the, yeah, she wasn't even thinking about that one. That's ball 4 for Martinez. And here's Bailey Wren up to the plate for the Statesman, sporting the number 2. Her first at-bat was struck out, trying to lay bunt, and called strike 1. She couldn't get that one out of the way in time. Defenders are ready for that one again. Good on the bunt defense, but they haven't had the chance to actually lay one down. Here's the pitch from Kramer. Bunt again, down the third base line, called foul. Trenga ready for that one. Runner on first for the Statesman. It's Martinez. And batting is Bailey Wren. Here's the 0-2 from Kramer. This one high. 1-2. Goes the count. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. We are still scoreless. 0-0 here in the American State Bank Sports Complex. Here's the pitch from Kramer. 1-2. This one fouled off. Nicked off the top of the bat. Left and foul. Count stays 1-2. Here's the pitch. Another half bunt, half swing from Wren. She's done that a few times now. Can't quite get a connection there. If she's trying to bunt it, it's hitting the top of the bat, but if she's trying to swing, it's hitting the bottom. Here's the pitch. This one, Teranga picks it up, throws it, but safe is called as runners advance. One spot. Wren with the bunted single there makes it to first, and that'll bring Abby Wilson to the plate. Her 3rd at bat of the night. See what she can do. Lays down another bunt. This one, Carly Olson picks up, throws to first, but is called out. Let's see what the umpire says. Talking to Jeff Zomer, the coach for the defenders. Oh, let's see this. Coach for the Statesman, Mike Christner, giving the ump an earful there. Not happy about the call. I believe that one get called back. Seems like the earful from Christner made the ump change his mind or something of the like, as we have runners go back to their previous bases. And Kramer deliver the pitch as she bunts this one and called foul again. So the bunt from Wilson this time was foul. As runners on first and second for the Statesmen. Wren on first, Martinez on second. The count 0-2. Here's the pitch from Kramer. This one outside, trying to prevent the bunt. On deck is Kiana Young. Here's the pitch. Swung on right to Kramer, making the force out at third, and is called out. So that will bring, that one is going to bring Kiana Young to the plate. Runner still on first and second for the Statesman. Here's the pitch, swung on the first one right to the second baseman, but can't quite corral it. As the runner going home, the play at the plate, fumbles it, called safe. And the runner at second will advance in Wilson. But Bailey Wren will get the run for the Statesman. Runners on first and third now for the Statesman. As Young put that one away, gets a spot at first base. Here's the pitch from Kramer. Called strike one with Wilson on third. Here's the pitch. This one swung on and missed. This one was low. Kringa knew it. Thinking she probably shouldn't have swung there. She'll give this one a second chance. Trying to bring in her teammate in Wilson. Parked on third base. Here's the pitch from Kramer. Swung on. Drilled to the shortstop, making the play. This one called out. Good play from Grun there. Making it just a 1-0 lead for William Penn and the Statesmen. We have more softball action from the American State Bank Sports Complex coming up next. You are watching the Dordt Media Network.
When you add up all the Wi-Fi connected devices in your home these days, you'll be surprised at how many there are and how much bandwidth they're using. Do the math. It just may add up to needing faster Wi-Fi. Premier Communications has you covered with reliable internet speeds up to 1 gig. Keep everything connected with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call at 1-800-741-8351. Premier Communications. Looking ahead.
Welcome back to the bottom of the fifth inning. In a softball game between William Penn and the Dordt defenders. First pitch from Huff here. Into the turf as Huff asks for another ball. From Adame, the catcher, as the ump will give her one. Batting is Cassie Van Otterloo for the defenders. The pitch looks a little high. Umpire agrees. 2-0 the count goes. A good eye from Van Otterloo there. On deck for the defenders, Canuck and Taringa. Here's Van Otterloo taking the pitch. Swung on, but missed. Strike one. 2-1 goes the count. Stepping back into the batter's box is Van Otterloo. Huff's 41st pitch of the night on its way in a second. Here it is. Swung on again and fouled into the dome. Van Otterloo rocking a .6 batting average on the year in 3 games. This one also fouled for a 2-2 count. Van Otterloo this year, 5 at-bats, 3 runs, and 3 hits. And this one goes low for a 3-2 full count against Van Otterloo. Here's the full count pitch from Huff on Van Otterloo. Strike 3 called. Swung on and missed by Van Otterloo. Bringing Canuck to the plate for the defenders. That was Huff's 4th strikeout of the night. Let's see if she can do any more damage here against the defenders. The first pitch on Canuck. This one low. 1-0. The count. Canuck rocking a .2 average in 2 games. 5 at-bats, a run and a hit. One of them being a double. This one inside. Called ball for a 2-0 count. Hitters count here for Canuck. Waiting to see a good pitch here from Huff. Let's see if she can give her one. The pitch. Called strike. That one looked a little low too. Canuck thought so. Umpire says not today. Call strike 1 for a 2-1 count. We have 1 out here. 1-0 William Penn in the bottom of the 5th. 2-1 count. This one tipped high. High pitch from Huff, tipped by Canuck. Terenga warming up in the batter's box, the upcoming on deck batter's box for the defenders as this pitch goes low for a full count. Here's the full count pitch from Huff. Swung on right down the middle, hammered right through the infield of the Statesman. And Canuck will get a single there. Base hit. That brings Terenga to the plate. Bryn Terenga from Oostburg, Wisconsin, a freshman. Trying to take advantage of the momentum here from Canuck. Parked on first base. Here's the pitch from Huff. Shows bunt. Driven low. Low pitch from Huff. And after Terenga shows the bunt, the whole infield for the Statesman rushes to the plate to try to prevent the bunt. But the low pitch says no. 1-0 goes the count with Canuck on first base. Here is the pitch from Huff. Shows bunt again is Terenga, but pulls it back in time. 2-0 the count. Canuck making it back to first base in time before a throw could be given there. Statesman call time. Thinking to talk it over. Mike Christner in his 22nd year. Winningest coach in program history. 6-time MCC Coach of the Year and 2-time NAIA Region 7 Coach of the Year. Christner's record 674 and 470. A .589 winning percentage, excuse me. As he talks it over with his teammates, or players, excuse me. Here's Terenga stepping back into the batter's box for the defenders. Rocking the 55 number on the jersey. Here's the pitch from Huff. It's 2-0 the count. As Canuck rounds first, and this one roped to right center field by Terenga. Canuck going for the steal, but Terenga helped her out and gave her some assistance there as Canuck makes it to second safely. That brings Brooklyn Cox to the plate. Runners on first and second for the defenders. Adame giving the sign to Huff. Here's the pitch. Called outside. 4-1. Skimper warming up in the on-deck circle for the defenders. Here's the pitch from Huff. Shows bunt, lays one down, sprinting to first. Called out by the umpire. A very close one. What a great play was made there by the Statesmen defensively. Bringing Skimper to the plate. Sacrifice bunt by the defenders. Puts runners in dangerous position. Runners on second and third. Canuck on third. Tarenga on second. Here's the pitch. Strike one called. Defenders really looking to put some runs on the board. In great position, but there's 2 outs. Let's see what they can do. Skimper stepping back into the batter's box. Facing an 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swung on and just dribbled to the third baseman, who makes the play. Called out, and that's 3 for the defenders. Against the defenders, excuse me. And 2 runners left on base for the defenders as we go into the top of the 6th with a score of 1-0 in favor of William Penn. You are watching the Dordt Media Network.
We're in a town that's very progressive. We're grateful for that. We have a lot of entrepreneurial spirits in town here.
Well, the one thing you get from Sioux Center that you don't see in larger cities is that small town support. If you bring a business to Sioux Center, everyone wants to know your name. What's your background? Where are you from? What brought you here? Why are you coming to Sioux Center? And they want to support you for that. People spend locally. They want to be loyal and they want to help out other loyal customers. It's a place that is for young professionals.
We opened our practice about 2.5 years ago. My wife and I moved here from South Dakota to be a part of the Sioux Center community, and we've grown here since then.
I love Sioux Center because of the connections you have here. People want to see you succeed. People are here to encourage you. It's always growing. I mean, it's a safe spot.
Welcome back to the top of the 6th inning here at the American State Bank Sports Complex. First pitch from Kramer, called strike on Chelsea Huff, the pitcher for the Statesmen. 0-1 goes the count. Here's the pitch from Kramer. Swung on, check swing. Looked like a swing. Check swing. Home plate umpire checks to the first base umpire, who says she did not go around. As the count goes to 1-1, here's the pitch. This one low, bouncing to Olson under the plate. 2-1 goes the count. This one popped up over the net for a 2-2 and count. Even count for Chelsea Huff, the sophomore. Chelsea 10 at-bats, a run and 2 hits, one of them being a double. Here's the pitch, drilled to the right field spot, and what a catch. Man, what a heck of a catch that was by Brooklyn Cox, making the play. Over her shoulder, looked like. But a good hit by Huff. Just kind of sliced it, put some curve on that one to right field, but Brooklyn Cox says, not today, in making the catch. That brings Amber Schatz to the plate. Her first pitch into the dugout of the Statesmen. The count goes 0-1. Here's the pitch from Kramer. Thinking about swinging was Schatz, but he likes not to, as that one was wide. A good eye by Amber Schatz as the count goes 1-1. In the on-deck circle, Gabby Adame, but here's the pitch. This one high and outside for the 2-1 count. Two and 1 the count. Here's the pitch from Kramer. Pop to left, hits off the dome, but called foul. So that one, interesting scenario there. Was in play until it hit the dome ceiling. Any ball that hits the dome ceiling is considered a foul ball once it hits the ground. If the ball hits the ceiling in play and is caught, that is considered an out, but anything that is a foul ball hitting the dome ceiling would be considered a foul ball. So that one, if caught, would be an out. But that one dropped right in front of the defenders. So Schatz goes back to the plate, facing a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch from Kramer. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 called. And that's Kramer's 5th putout of the night, single-handedly putting Adame to the plate. 2 outs against William Penn here. Top of the 6th, 1-0 in favor of William Penn. This one called ball. Good eye by Adame. Here's the pitch from Kramer. This one high. Two 2-0 count here for Kramer. Big hitters count for Adame. Let's see what you can do. Swings on this one. Splits the first and second baseman, making the play and safe at first. Brooklyn Cox corralling that one. Throwing it to first, but not in time. That'll bring Charlie Gagushis to the plate, standing in the right-handed batter's box, with a fellow statesman on first base. Called strike 1 is the first pitch by Kramer. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. That one low. The drop. Kramer dropped that one right into the glove of Olson. And Gagushis just didn't quite see that one drop. It was a good 6-7 inches from her bat to the ball there. Here's the pitch. This one sliced down the right sideline. Called foul. That one was close, just outside to the right of the first base bag. Called foul. But it was Adame ready to go. Almost made it all the way to second by the time it was called foul. Here's the pitch from Kramer. This one called high. 1-2 goes the count. Kramer approaching 100 pitches on the night. Here's the pitch. Swung on, looked tipped. Just got a piece of that one. Was Gagushis. Count stays 1-2. This one, strike 3 called. And that's the 6th strikeout for Kramer on the night. The statesman leaving a runner on first base, and the defenders will get a chance here to try and win this game. 1-0 is your score at the American State Bank Sports Complex. Thank you for watching the Dordt Media Network. We'll be back after this break.
Family, farm, business, community. People's Bank, where values matter.
Welcome back to the bottom of the 6th inning here at the American State Sports Complex. We have a softball game here between William Penn and Dordt. Dordt up to bat here with Carly Olson at the plate. She's 1-2 on the day. The catcher for the defenders from Spirit Lake, Iowa. Here's the first pitch. Called strike from Chelsea Huff. So the count goes 0-1. Here's the pitch. This one high over the head of Olsen. Next pitch here from Huff, also called high. This one fouled to the left sideline. Olsen in the batter's box here for the defenders. This one into the dirt, turf, excuse me. This is the pitch from Huff. Here's the pitch from Huff, drilled right back to the pitcher, but it's the shortstop making the play. Easy out for the Statesman. Here's Gagushis making that play. That brings Emma Gruen to the plate for the defenders. Facing one out in the bottom of the sixth here. Down one as she swings on her first pitch. Fouled out to the third base line. In Dordt's second game last weekend, a lot of foul balls were driven to the third base line where Coach Jeff Zomer made many plays. And here's another one down the third base line. Not corralled by Coach Zomer. Zomer, a Dordt grad in 2006, now coaching the Dordt defenders here. All-time winningest coach for the defenders. Two all-time winningest coaches here battling it out at the American State Bank Sports Dome. Here's a pitch from Huff. Looked like off the top of the dome and caught for the out, as that one was in play before as it hit the ceiling. 2 outs now against the defenders, bringing Ivy Terpstra to the plate. On deck for the defenders, Ella Koster and Cassie Van Otterloo after this at-bat from Terpstra, if she can keep her teammates alive here. In the bottom of the sixth, facing 2 outs, the pitch from Huff swung on as well in the first pitch of her at-bat. Foul tipped into the dugout of the Statesman. Getting the sign from the coach. Here's the pitch. This one high. Terpstra does not swing on that one. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 2 against Terpstra. Terpstra facing 17 at-bats this year with 4 runs scored and 6 hits. See what she can do here for her teammates. Rocks this one, not quite into the ceiling. Fly ball into left center field, and the catch is made for 3 outs by Bailey Wren there, making the play. As we enter the top of the 7th frame at the American State Bank Sports Complex, as Kramer warming up to face her 103rd pitch of the night. Thank you for watching the Dordt Media Network. We'll be right back after this quick break.
As a bank that cares about supporting small businesses, American State Bank assisted hundreds of young entrepreneurs launch their first business. Starting a business can be complicated, even when it's just a lemonade stand. It's never too early to begin thinking towards your next project, and we'll be here to help make it go as smoothly as possible. Supporting entrepreneurs, no matter their age, it's what we do.
At Premier Communications, we're all about connection. Connecting you to all the entertainment, work, and family you love with our phone, internet, cable TV, and tech support services. And now, that connection has...
Welcome back to the 7th inning here at the American State Sports Complex. I'm Quincy Olson. Thank you for joining me and the Dordt Media Network crew for your Defender softball game. As the Defenders trying to get a lead here. First pitch, second pitch from Kramer. It was Martinez making the hit right to Kramer. Kramer makes the play for putout number 1 of the inning. That'll bring Bailey Rand, the left fielder, to the plate for the Statesman. Her third at-bat of the night. And this one goes foul. Rand rocking the half swing, half bunt type of approach. Standing in the left-handed batter's box, trying to get as much speed to first base as she can. Almost getting a head start as she swings her bat. Count goes 0-1 with 1 out. Here's his pitch. Strike 2 called. Rand missed on that one with her interesting technique to swing the bat. Count goes 0-2. She may have to stand and take this one like a normal pitch and see if she can drill it to the outfield. As she doesn't, this one fouled to over the fence and into the dugout of the Defenders. As Rin steps back into the box. Count goes 0-2. Here's the pitch. This one outside. 1-2 the count. Kramer over 100 pitches on the night. 105th on its way in second with 6 strikeouts. Let's see if we can add any more. That one called ball. Low and outside for Kramer. Couldn't get that one in the box. Olsen tried framing that one, and Rin was on her way to first already. Here's the pitch. Laid down the line, called fair. The throw to first is in time by Tarenga. Out number 2 for the Defenders in the top of the 7th. Statesmen on their last life here to get some insurance on the Defenders, bringing Abby Wilson to the plate. The pitch fouled over the head of the umpire and over the fence, protecting all of the crew and expensive equipment back here for the Dordt Media Network. Count goes to 0-1, 2 outs, 1-0 in favor of William Penn. Here's a pitch from Kramer. And another half bunt, half swing type of action from Wilson. Fouled to the third base line as Olsen goes to collect it for Kramer. Wilson 0-3 on the night. Gonna need a little more effort here for the Statesman as she swings this one, also fouled over the head. 0-2 the count. Trying to get her first time reaching base in this game tonight. As the count goes 0-2, here's a pitch from Kramer. This one also fouled. Coach Jeff Zomer giving Carly Olsen some advice here as the Defenders try and close this one out against this inning in the top of the 7th against the Statesman, as this one is also fouled. Stays in bounds, hits the ceiling of the dome out of bounds, but is caught by the catcher in Olsen. So that one ruled foul. Here's the 0-2 from Kramer. This one drilled into the right center field, into the gap, and the outfielders. Rounding second is Wilson, but elects to go back. A good strike into the gap of the outfield by Wilson, bringing Kiana Young to the plate, making her 4th at-bat of the night with a hit and an RBI. With Wilson on first base, here's the pitch from Kramer. Shows bunt, lays one down. Kramer picking it up, throws first, and it is out, not in time. Couldn't be collected as the runner goes home. Called safe. 2-0 the score. Wilson made it all the way around the bags. Very fast base running by Wilson as the error on first base from Van Otterloo couldn't reach around to make that catch. That one behind the runner, and Van Otterloo couldn't reach around to get that one. So the runner stays on first. It's Young. Now at the plate for the Statesman is Val Karinga. Her third at-bat of the night with a hit and a reaching base on balls. This pitch goes high from Kramer. Statesman on their last life. Here's the pitch. Called wild. Gets away from Olson there. And Young will make it to second base, standing up. Karinga 1-2 on the night. Here's the pitch. Slice to second base, making the play. Called out. So that one was Skemper slipping on the turf, but still being able to make the play there. As we go to the bottom of the seventh, last inning here for the Defenders, trailing 2-0. We'll be back with more action, seeing if they can collect some runs here and make it a game here at the American State Bank Sports Complex. We'll be back in just a minute.
At Premier Communications, we're all about connection. Connecting you to all the entertainment, work, and family you love with our phone, internet, cable TV, and tech support services. And now, that connection has gotten even faster with internet speeds up to 1 gig. Experience the next level of connection with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call toll-free 800-741-8351. Premier Communications, looking ahead.
Welcome back to Sioux Center. I'm Quentin Olson. Thank you for joining our Dordt Media Network broadcast as we enter the bottom of the seventh, last inning here in this one, as William Penn leads 2-0 with Ella Coster at the plate, the only member of the Defenders this year to have a home run, sporting a .6 batting average. Here's the pitch. This one goes foul, just barely. Third baseman for the Statesman was ready on that one in Amber Schatz, collecting that one, but just outside the line, says the umpire, with the count going 1-1. Coster stepping into the left-handed batter's box. Here's Huff on the pitch. Swung on and fouled down the third base line over the fence. Coach Jeff Zomer not being able to get to that one over his head. So the count goes 1-2. No outs here in the bottom of the seventh. Defenders trail 2-0. Here's the pitch from Huff. Swung on. Smash into the left field. It bounces right before she can get to it. And we are caught in a pickle here with Coster. And she's tagged out. In the rundown, could not get out of it successfully. Always a tough situation to be in as a base runner between first and second for Coster. And that is out number 1 for the Statesman. And that will bring the substitution in for the Defenders in Jessica Flaherty. Subbing in for Cassie Van Otterloo. Her first pitch, she swings on, but goes foul. Tipped behind the net there. 0-1 goes the count for Flaherty. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2 against Jessica Flaherty here. 1 out against the Defenders. Bottom of the seventh. Huff with her 78th pitch of the night. Here it is. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Out number 2 And the defenders onto their last life of the night. It's going to be Taylor Canuck up to bat. Trying to put her team on her back. Here in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs. Last life here for the defenders. Let's see what they can do. This one tipped and foul into the ceiling of the American State Bank Sports Complex, long name here for this facility. Brand new turf facility, sporting 2 half-field soccer fields, a full field for soccer, and 2 softball fields as this pitch from Huff into the turf. Canuck 1 and 2 on the night with a hit. Let's see if she can add another hit to her resume here. The pitch called low ball. A little inside, says the umpire. Canuck let that one go. And trusted in her eyes, she was correct there. As the count goes to 2-1. 2 outs here for the defenders. Here's the pitch from Huff. This one also into the turf. Collected by Adame there. 3-1 the count. Trying to give the defender some life here is Canuck. Facing a 3-1 count against Huff. Here's the pitch. Swung on and dribbled right to the Huff. She will make that play, but she is called out. Look at that one. And that is the end of the ball game. Karinga was at the first base for that one. Huff makes the throw. Looked like she was caught off the bag, but umpire says she had her foot on the bag as she makes the catch. And that will be the end of this one. William Penn takes the victory 2-0 over the defenders. Defenders move to 4-2. William Penn 1-3, their first win of the season. Pretty good pitching battle we had here tonight between Chelsea Huff and Abby Kramer. Quick summary of the night. William Penn, 2 runs, to Dordt's 0. 6 hits to Dordt's 4. Defenders only one with an error. William Penn leaving 7 batters on base. Could have been a lot more damage from them, but defenders leaving only 4 in there. Your final score 2-0 at the American State Bank Sports Complex. Thank you for joining the Dordt Media Network. I'm Quinton Olson. We will see you next time.
American State Bank is celebrating our 50th anniversary, and we couldn't have made it this far without your support. For us, banking just scratches the surface. We pride ourselves in our commitment to our communities, building meaningful relationships with our customers, and doing our best to have some fun along the way. We're proud to be a locally owned and operated bank, supporting the communities we serve. Thank you for choosing American State Bank. We can't wait to see what the next 50 years have in store.
So the new generation of leadership has really benefited from the benevolency of the past leadership.
We were busy from the get-go. They knew who I was, they know my name, they know my first name, they know my parents. It's a small town community with big town amenities. We're privileged to be able to support a place like a Jimmy John's and other franchises like it.
We focus on being a multi-generational boutique to reach as many women in town here that we can. Our goal is just to be a place that can empower women and also just have like the joys of fashion and just a place in town here that brings high fashion into our small town.
Seems like everyone is looking for ways to expand. People are talking about how to grow their businesses, where to find the people to grow their businesses, and just looking to the next best thing out there, whatever their field might be, including ours.
The biggest thing is the city is always growing and investing in the future, which is great to see as a business owner because you know it's not going away anytime soon. You can really put down roots here.
We understand how complex the financial landscape can be to navigate. Our goal is to free up your hands so that you can focus on what is most important in life.
Family, farm, business, community. People's Bank, where values matter.